Like,
Yeah,
oops.
Lakers are really dinged. They don't have Austin Reeves. He's got a bad bruise in the hip area. They don't know when he's going to play again. And now LeBron James comes out of the lineup. He's got a foot problem is flared out of nowhere. But he's like playing 38 minutes a game at age 39. That's too many minutes. So Lakers had just a miserable 4-game road trip. Still not playing very much defense. We'll see if they can take a deep breath here. They're going to have a bunch of days off because they didn't get to the NBA Cup semifinals or finals. So we'll see if they can gather this thing back in. Clippers have really been playing well. It's sitting there at, I think it's 14 and 11. James Harden has just been carrying them. I mean, he had games this past week of 37 and 43 points, but now he goes down. He's got a groin injury. So they're hurting just a little bit. Going to be interesting to see. The other storyline, and this is weird, Kawhi Leonard showed up on Friday at practice for the Clippers. Now, he did not practice with the team. He did one-on-ones just with a trainer. And I'm not he didn't put the ball on the floor and drive to the basket. He wasn't doing defensive sets. He wasn't moving side to side, but he just stood in the corner, stood at the foul line, side of the lane, just taking jump shots. That's all. It has been 8 months of therapy on this knee inflammation thing, and this is the first time he's been on a court. Media was not allowed to talk to him. Actually, the media was shunted aside when Kawhi came on. They were told not to video, but I saw some video that somebody posted. So he's a long road back, but at least he's doing some minimal basketball stuff. But standing with a trainer and just shooting jump shots over the trainer, that's not like playing in an NBA game. So, maybe they're working towards post-Christmas because I just don't know. He's been out so long, and he's had so many recurrences of the knee inflammation with Kawhi. So that's your Laker update, which is not good. And that's the Clipper update where I guess you're walking around hopeful.
Kawhi wants to play.
Sure.
He wants to get back in there.
That's his DNA.
Yeah, and he's limited by these injuries. So it's nice to see him out there taking some shots, but I just have a lot of doubts about him. Now, let's go back to the Lakers. There were times this season in the early part of the year where they were looking really good. And Dalton Connect was lighting it up. And now all of a sudden they kind of gone through a downturn. I mean, it's like a schizo team.
Yeah, and they were playing some bad teams early. We beat the crap out of the Washington Wizards, who were just in the middle of a 17-game losing streak. That doesn't count very much. What does count is when you went on the road and you played 4 straight games and you lost from 25 to 27 to 29 to 41-point margins. Holy cow, yeah.
That was brutal.
Murder in Miami. So, and it's a long season. Geez, I mean, I would say 3 weeks into the season, you and I sat here on this podcast. I said, I can't believe the minutes that Anthony Davis and LeBron are playing. They were playing 38 and 39 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get the wear and tear. He's been hurt twice since I made that comment. Now LeBron's got this foot sprain. They're not enunciating the specific of what's gone on. I just think this is going to be a bad season. I look down that bench. I see a flawed roster. I don't see a hell of a lot of guys that I could trust to win me games.
I love basketball, but the NBA regular season just kind of loses some pizzazz.
You're not an NBA Cup fan? What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I think it's cool they're doing that. Isn't Etihad the sponsor of that, I think? Yeah, the Saudi airline. But I'm a big college basketball fan, which is just so entertaining right now. And the regular season for the NBA, maybe it'll start cooking. We're going to get to February. It'll be the All-Star game, and we'll be talking about how they don't play defense, and here we go again. But I don't know. LeBron, when does he know when it's time to retire?
Yeah, but when you're averaging 28 points a game and you're doing all the things he's doing, and he plays with such gusto and passion, and granted, he's had some bad games recently, and now he's dinged a little bit, but I don't think that he's at the end of the road. I think there's another good year left in that body. Now, maybe they need to space the minutes so he's not racking up 38 minutes every night, which to me is a real grind. But I don't think his career has reached the end. I still think there's gas left in that tank.
Like, if you look at all the big-time stars in NBA history, did any of them play around the age 40? Did Wilt Chamberlain play that long in his career?
Maybe close. Jordan, maybe close.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll see a drop-off in productivity. Jordan, right at the end, I think Jordan was averaging, he was with the Washington Wizards at the end, which felt weird to me. He was averaging 17 or 21 per game. He just wasn't the same player anymore in terms of getting the shots, making the shots athletically, doing all the phenomenal things. So You'll see if his statistics start to do this on a consistent basis, then you say, hey, this was great. I'm going to the Hall of Fame. We won these rings. It is time to step away. But at this point, no.
I think he's probably secretly hoping that his son Bronny somehow makes it back to the NBA roster.
He was on the roster last night against Portland. He played 2 minutes, went 0 for 2.
He was back on the Laker roster, Bronny?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's on the active roster. He's been out with a heel injury. He goes from the active roster as the last man down to the NBA G League team, but he hasn't played in the G League in a couple of weeks because he had a bruised heel, but he did play last night.
See, again, that's all nepotism, isn't it? It's got to be. I mean,
that's a cruel word. The correct word is legacy.
Okay. Oh, the Lakers are a disaster right
Okay, now. You're an NBA fan looking for somebody to bounce past me a shot here. Talk about the Lakers Clippers on Fans Forum.